Hi everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Hayley the Allotment Baker. It feels great to be back in the kitchen again, cooking up some lovely recipes for you guys. I had to think long and hard about this week's recipe because we're getting to that point in the year now where all the fruit is starting to die back, and you know, I don't want to do 55 recipes with courgettes in. So this week I am going to be doing a recipe with a couple of these little beauties. These are Jacoby little pumpkins. They are very, very cute indeed. And today I'm actually going to be using them to make a dessert, a bit like a pumpkin pie. So what I'm going to do is take the lids off, hopefully scoop the middles out. I'm going to save some of the seed for next year and hopefully make two little individual sized pumpkin pies. So really looking forward to doing that with you today. They are absolutely adorable. I will show you a bit of footage in a little while from when I picked them, but I also wanted to share some footage with you of the other squashes that I picked up from the allotment this week. So first of all, these are my Harlequin squash, which I picked earlier in the week. Any of you that follow me on Instagram would have seen some pictures. And I did do a bit of filming last week about them, but I thought you might want to see them up close and personal. They are really, really pretty and they'll store really well too. But I've been advised that the best way to eat a Harlequin squash is to take out all of the inside and basically like fry it off, caramelize it. Apparently it is delicious. So I might give that a go with one. There's still a load on the plant, so I am going to keep some for decorative purposes for Halloween as well. The other thing I wanted to show you before I get on with the recipe is this scallop squash. Another squash that I've tried for the first time this year. Again, those of you who watch my videos regularly, you will have seen me pick this off the plant last week. Again, really has stored well. Just kept in my conservatory in a cardboard box, and they will keep for months. Again, there's loads on the plant, so I'll keep some for decoration and then I will be eating some of these as well. So really, really happy with the squashes. Like I say, on the allotment, things are starting to die back now. It's really, really feeling like autumn. It feels like Halloween is just around the corner. So in next week's video, I am planning on taking some of the bean structures down. The peas and the beans are near enough done now. So I'm looking forward to doing that for next week up at the allotment. But for today, we're going to get in the kitchen and make these little stuffed pumpkin pies. As always, I will put the ingredients on the screen for you so you can take a screenshot, but the recipe really is quite simple. You can also upscale the quantities if your pumpkins are bigger than mine. These are very cute, very small, ideal for one person, but obviously you could make a bigger version if you've got a bigger pumpkin. So I'll get into the kitchen now, we'll give these a go and yeah, see what we think. I've never done it before, so hopefully they'll be delicious. Okay, so the recipe is very simple for the pumpkin pie. Obviously, you will need one pumpkin per person. Remember, if you're going to use bigger pumpkins, you can scale up the ingredients. So these are based on around a 6-ounce pumpkin. So for that, you will need 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of butter, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now I've done double the amount because I am going to do 2 pumpkins today. So bearing in mind that's 2 pumpkins, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of butter and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So I'll leave the ingredients on the screen as always so you can take a screenshot, but these are usually things that everyone has in their cupboard. The only other thing you need to do is set your oven to 180 degrees or gas mark 4 depending on which you use. So first things first, I need to get the lids taken off of the pumpkins and then we can take the insides out. Okay, so I'm going to take the inside of the pumpkin out. I'm going to put all of the flesh into this bowl. I'm going to keep the seeds to one side because I'm going to plan on using them next year to grow some more pumpkins. So I'm just going to try and cut the lid off. Just please be very careful when you do this. Okay, and that's the inside. So all I'm going to do is cut around the edge and then scoop out the middle. And there we are, one totally hollowed out pumpkin. I'm going to keep the lid intact because my plan is I'm going to put it back on, and yeah, I think that will look great. So I'm now just going to sort out all the flesh from the seeds and then I'll carry on. Right, so I've also taken the opportunity to chop up my pumpkin a little bit smaller, just so it fits back into the actual pumpkin easily. So all you need to do now is just get a tiny bit of the sugar and mix the pumpkin in with the sugar. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a pinch of it. Okay, so when you've sprinkled the sugar on, all you're going to do is pop the filling back inside, like so. And then what you're going to do is add the rest of your teaspoon of sugar. So any of the teaspoon that you've not yet used, just put that in the top. You can probably hear my cat in the background, which always moans for food. Now is no change to that. And then all you need to do is add your butter. So that's half a teaspoon of butter into the top. You can add a bit more sugar if you like. You know what I'm like. If any of you watched my recipes before, proper sweet tooth over here. And then all you need to do is add your cinnamon on top. You don't have to use cinnamon, it's the recommended spice to use, but if you prefer something different, ginger or nutmeg or nothing at all, that's fine too. So that is pretty much it. Put the top back on and then you're going to cook them in the oven for 30 minutes. But that's it. So that is one happy pumpkin pie for one. All I'm going to do now is do the other one because like I said I've got 2, and then I'll come back to you just before I pop them in the oven. So I've now finished the second one, so I now have a pair of pumpkin pies. I think the thing that surprised me most was out of those 2 tiny little pumpkins, I got all of these seeds. So I'm going to leave those on the windowsill to dry out for a few weeks, and then they'll do perfectly for next year. But there's hundreds in there. I honestly cannot believe how many seeds came out of those tiny little pumpkins. Anyway, so these are all done. I'm happy with them. They actually were fairly easy to do. The most difficult part of it was actually just getting a knife through them. But once I did that, really straightforward, really simple, and really quick and easy. So you can obviously make as many of these as you want, based on the fact that each one will serve a person. Now obviously it is a dessert, it's very sweet, full of sugar, but hopefully the pumpkin will sort of soften a little, and that will take in all that sugar and all of the cinnamon and spices. So fingers crossed they'll be lovely. So all I need to do is get them in this baking dish. It really is as simple as that, and they just need baking in the oven for half an hour. Okay, and here we are. They have been in the oven for the full 30 minutes and they're now ready. So I'll just pop the lids off so you can have a look. The smell is incredible. That really does smell amazing. Hopefully you can see that's a proper little sweet, cinnamony, sugary pumpkin pie. I just can't wait to try them. Well guys, that is it from me this week. I was going to bring the pumpkins out, but they are far too hot still, so I've left them in the kitchen. I'm looking forward to having one for dessert though, probably with cream on the side. I'm sure I'll post some pictures on my Instagram. For the new subscribers who are here, you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram if you don't already. I'll leave my links above. And for the real newbies around here, if you want to leave me a like or subscribe to this channel, that too would be awesome. I'm always open for suggestions for recipes from my subscribers and my followers. So just leave a comment below and I will see what I can do. I tend to work with fruit and veg that's currently in season and that I will have on the allotment, but I'm always up for new recipe ideas. So until next time guys, keep safe and look after each other, and I'll see you all soon.